Well, what do you know? Ohio State gets their wish. Um, Man, I gotta give it to both of those quarterbacks yesterday. Cam Rising and Caleb Williams. Both QBs played their heart outs last night, and Cam Rising got blew up yesterday in that first half, and he came up and smiled and played terrific after that. And then you had Caleb Williams hobbling around the field, fighting for his team. Respect to both QBs. Let's just put that out there at first. Cam Rising and Caleb Williams, good job. We both played great. Caleb Williams had that great run, but his Heisman chances, because of his injury and because USC lost, let's just be real. If Max Duggan can play well today, ooh, you may have your Heisman if Max Duggan plays well. I think if Max Duggan plays well and wins today, he should win. He should be the Heisman. I mean, what a story TCU has been. Let's just put that out there. What a story TCU has been. What a story. Let's just put that out there. TCU. I'm cheering for y'all. Even though as a Bama fan, if he loses, we get in, depending on how bad the loss is. But right now, today I'm watching as a college football fan. The rest of this year, I'm watching as a college football fan, not a Bama fan. And as a college football fan, the only team I'm not cheering for is Ohio State because they're making the playoffs because USC lost. They're going to be 4 seed. Georgia's going to be 1. Unless something bizarre happens today, that's going to be your playoff. And then Michigan versus TCU. But what a story. What a year this has been. I'm just ready to watch some bowl games. And then, watch some conference championships today. At some point, we're going to have 4 games streaming at once. That's going to be insane. Can't wait. SEC championship, Big 12 championship at 12. Then we have the SEC championship, and then we have all the other smaller championship games, which I'll be covering. I'll be covering all the championship games today, so I'll be there for you too. For the stream, I will be also live on IG for sometimes. I don't know if I'm going to be live on IG on all throughout the entire day, but I will be live on IG for most of the time. So, peace. But anyway, USC played a heck of a first half. It looked like it was going to be an easy blowout. We thought that USC was going to win. Utah had other plans in the second half. They came back and tied it up in the first half, and they blew them out. 17, they scored what? It was like 47-24 or something like that. And they only allowed 7 points to USC in the second half, which, Utah is clearly the better team. And USC is clearly, right now, not a top 4 team. Let's just that they're not a top 4 team. Their offense is really good. Caleb Williams is insane. He's an insane athlete. Respect to him. But, you can't have you have to have at least a decent defense, which Tennessee and USC did not have. They did not have a decent defense, and that's where Alabama and Ohio State differ from Tennessee. Tennessee does not have a good defense. They got 63 points put up on them, and you're not making a playoff after that. I'm sorry, you're not, and that's why Tennessee is sitting at home with no playoff hopes, with no with possibly New Year's Six Bowl hope, but that's it. their playoff hopes are in the drain. They've already circled after that South Carolina loss. But USC's hopes are circling the drain as well. And come February, we're starting out this process all over again. So, what a year. But Ohio State does not deserve to be in the playoffs. I think there has to be a rule where they have to have at least 6. I think they have to have at least. They can't just play four road games. They can't. I'm sorry. How are you only going to make? First of all, Ohio State struggled in 3 of their 4 road games, and then embarrassed Michigan State. But that's it. And then they lost at home, and somehow they're in the playoffs. Somehow, after that kind of schedule and after that kind of performance, they get their wish. And their wish is not what they are actually hoping. They're hoping, now that they're in the playoffs, they're saying, oh, we're going to win the Natty, we're going to win the Natty, we're going to destroy Georgia, all this. You lost to Michigan. Michigan gets in the Big Ten championship. You don't. You're sitting at home, and you get your wish. And guess what? Your wish is Georgia. And well, good luck, because yeah. Every other fan in the country, every Big Ten, unless you're a Big Ten biased Big Ten fan, or I don't know, a fan that doesn't really know how Ohio State works. Every other fan in the country, unless you're a Big Ten homer or an Ohio State fan, they're cheering for Georgia. They're cheering for Georgia to beat the ever-living crap out of Ohio State. Beat them to death. And that's what's going to happen on New Year's Eve. Georgia's going to beat the ever-living crap out of Ohio State. And Ohio State's going to go home to Columbus and cry to their mamas. That's what's going to happen. That's what their wish is. And guess what, Ohio State? That's what you deserve. That's what you deserve. You get to sit home, heal up, and you get Georgia. And that's what your reward is. You lose to Michigan, you get absolutely embarrassed with putting 11 pieces of soft pieces of poop on the field throughout in that entire game, and get embarrassed on national television in the biggest game of the year. They went and cried to their mommies. One time back in May. They were already home. Well, yeah, I mean, they were already at home crying to their mamas in the second half. In the game. The game was already over. Edwards was running down the field twice for a 75-yard touchdown, 80-yard touchdown. And while he was still running, while he was at midfield, Ohio State was crying to their mamas. It was embarrassing. And they somehow get into the playoffs. And guess what? Ohio State's going to be the Notre Dame, the Cincinnati's, the Oklahomas, and all the other teams that got blown out in the playoffs. That's what Ohio State's going to be this year. They're going to be an absolute embarrassment. They're going to put another embarrassment of a performance in 11, and they're going to put 11 soft pieces of poop all over the field. And the softest and most overrated coach of all time, who won one game against Clemson. I mean, who really hasn't shown that he is proven to win the big game. This is their next big game. They've only won one big game. And Ohio State's just going to put another embarrassment of a team in the playoffs. And that's what Ohio State's going to be, and everybody's going to be laughing. It's going to be, the whole nation's going to be happy. around 11 o'clock at night on New Year's Eve, as we're about 1 hour away from 2023. Everybody's going to be joyous and partying that Ohio State got absolutely embarrassed by Georgia. So that's going to be your playoff, and we got another embarrassment of a playoff for you. Georgia versus Ohio State. You're going to see Georgia in the national championship. Georgia's already locked their spot in the national championship. Georgia's happy. They've already known that they've already locked up their spot. Fans are already purchasing tickets. And Ohio State, even any logical Ohio State fan who has 2 brain cells are already crying to their mommies because they know that they have to play Georgia. And Georgia would already, tomorrow around 12:30, Georgia has already punched their tickets in a national championship game. Unless barring chaos happens and Alabama somehow stinks in. Let's see how we'll know by the SEC championship by 3:30 what the playoff is going to be looking like, or if we're going to have a possible debate. But yeah, big day of college football. I'm going to be reacting starting at 12 for the TCU game. Of course, I'm going to be streaming for that game. I already got a cup of coffee in me. I'm ready. We're ready for some college football. I can't wait. So, yeah. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. I will be live on both IG and on YouTube for some games. Definitely for the TC game. But we'll see. All right. It's going to be a fun day of college football, and I can't wait. I'll see you then. Peace.